So I am here, excuse me, with George. And George is a really interesting story. And George, you're also one of the younger guys or younger people in an ID Business Builder. How old are you now?
Yeah, so I'm 28.
28. Were you 27 when you joined? Or were you 28? I don't
I
remember.
just turned, yeah, I just turned 27 when I got into the program.
You just turned 27. Okay, cool. All right, got it. And tell people where you currently live and where you are from.
So, hi guys, I'm from England and I'm currently living in Lima in Peru. And basically, I've been traveling for years, broke, and decided, well, it's time to kind of make a bit of money. So, this is where I met Caleb and got myself into the program.
Cool. So we're both in South America because I'm in Asuncion, Paraguay. So we could relate. We were just talking about time zones a minute ago. Um, okay, so you joined the program, and uh, in like 3 sentence summary, what was the niche that you chose, and what is the service that you chose?
Yeah, so the niche I chose was helping Peruvian tour companies get more international clients. And my service to cover that basically is content writing with an SEO focus. Um, Essentially gets their kind of websites ranked first on Google, so a prospective client will see their tour first
Mhm.
compared to their competitors.
And this is, so to be clear, this is companies based in Peru that sell like tours for tourists going to Peru. Is that correct? Right?
Yeah, local tours or package tours around Peru.
Cool. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. And then you got your first client. Matter of fact, you're still working with your first client on a monthly retainer, right? Is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct. Yep.
So how much per month? You started them out at a certain amount, and then you kind of ratcheted that up. So how much did you start per month with that client?
Sure. So we started last year for $300 a month. Now, on the program, we were talking a lot about making sure you charge good rates, but you have this thing about, okay, well, you've got no business, you've got to start somewhere as well. So
Right.
it's almost like you get something to get through the door, trust, they know you're legit, you do a good job. Um, and really, since then, the relationship developed more trust, more needs from the business. So we essentially scaled up the package a couple of times and are now on about $1,100 a month
And that's
from the
USD,
300.
correct? And that's in
That
USD.
is USD. Yeah.
Yeah, and that goes a long way in Lima, at least a lot longer than in the UK or the United States.
Oh, that's why I'm in Peru. That's why I'm in South America,
Exactly,
Caleb.
right. That's the beauty. You're doing 5 flags on top of your business builder, right? Okay. So you started at 300 a month, which you're right is low, but you're now at 1,100 a month, and you've been working with them how long? Months, many months, right? How long have you been working with
So
them?
we'll be on about 8 months now.
Yeah,
Um,
almost a year. Okay,
at the 6 month mark, we got a testimonial. I got a testimonial, which was like
cool.
the icing on the cake, basically.
Yep. Awesome. Okay, cool. Okay, then, and this is, to be clear, this is someone in the niche, right? This is a Peruvian tour company, right?
The owner, yeah, well, the
It's the
company.
owner. Okay, great. Got it. Okay, perfect. All right. Then you got another client, but you had a problem, correct?
That is correct. Yes.
So you don't have to go into detail about that unless you want to, because this is valuable information for people. Sometimes you get your first 1, 2, 3 clients. I talked to someone a few days ago who had a similar experience, like a second client, and it doesn't quite work out. Was it catastrophic? Like, oh my God, I had this problem and now I have to end my business and go back and get a job.
Um, there was potential there. There was potential, especially on reputation. I mean, without going kind of too long tail
Yeah,
story with
just
this.
summarize the problem and summarize how you resolved it.
So the issue was everything from my side, what I was delivering was great.
Mhm.
Um, the issue was on the business's side that there wasn't, let's say, good infrastructure like website infrastructure security in place. So
Oh, okay.
there ended up being website issues, we can say,
Okay.
and we had to end for that reason. But it got a bit kind of hostile
Okay.
communication.
Okay.
Um, Now, I could easily sit back and say, well, listen, that was the company's problem, not mine. But I like to try and take responsibility where possible. So I thought, well, do you know what? That's my fault for not, listing some kind of guidelines and expectations, about how we treat each other. Um, so it was hard in the time, but I learned very quickly you've got to set boundaries before you start working together.
Yes.
Um, very clear the what we do, what we don't do, most importantly. Um, so having learned from that, now I'm doing my marketing. I'm very kind of clear on what I don't want and screening people that way. And overall, I just feel a little more relaxed about getting another client in knowing that if things do go wrong, I've got, set steps that
Right.
I follow to kind of just clear it up quickly.
And you've got more clients now, but I have imagined now from that experience, you have kind of a structure of when you onboard a new client, setting certain expectations and maybe things you check and things like that. Is that accurate? For new as a because of that
Yeah.
experience?
Yeah. So in terms of my kind of screening process, it's more the feeling I get. It's the
You,
feeling you
you
get
check your
talking to
gut.
somebody.
It's a gut feel.
I'm a gut feeler.
Right.
There are other things, of course, you look at like the budget of the company.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I've learned the lower you charge, the more issues you will probably get.
I've said that
So
10,000 times. That's exactly right. Yes.
so I do a lot more let's say lead gen work, some more work on finding out information about the company. Are they a good fit for me? But also am I a good fit for them?
Mhm.
Because it's not just about me getting everything I want. I want to make sure they're feeling happy and they're also able to pay what they can pay me. So
Right.
um, I find all that information out before, and then in the first chat, I know very quickly, okay, is this going to work, or we should part ways.
Got it. So you're better qualifying. Okay, perfect. Good. And then you got your now, did you make any money from this problematic client or did you not make any money? Did they end up paying you anything or no?
Yeah, we
Never
did.
happened.
Yeah, we were on a
So you made
routine like
some money.
4 months.
Oh, you
Yeah,
did. So for 4 months you made some money. I didn't know that. Oh, that's cool. All right,
yeah,
great.
4 or 5 months. Yeah,
Great.
so yeah.
So you did make money. So okay. So at least you made money. Great. So then your third client, um, let's see, when did you get them? Are they new? Or have you had them for you've had them less than 2 months, right?
Yeah, so we're 1 month in now, and basically around the time I was having issues, I was thinking, I need more clients.
Yes.
I cannot depend on one good client and one not so good client. So
Right.
I was doing all of my marketing through cold calls, but now being in the city or being in the country, because I was traveling for quite a while, so being back in the country where my business is serving,
Mhm.
I kind of took advantage of being there physically, and instead of doing cold calls, I would just visit the branches. I'd go there in person, all guns blazing, and see what would happen.
Mhm.
Um, you could call it dumb luck. I don't know how it happened, but just the first one I went into,
It's not luck. It's
um,
not luck. It's you're taking action, you're getting results. It's not luck, but go ahead.
exactly. So I mean, I walked in there thinking, well, this is dumb luck, but the first one kind of hit it off. After another follow-up meet, shook hands and started working together. So
So they're
yeah,
on monthly retainer as well?
yeah, similar monthly retainer, but a higher
Okay.
kind of, I think, higher cost or something.
So
Yeah.
you have so it's how much you making per month now, and then what was the future of that account from this new client?
So what will I make in the future? Like currently with a
Yeah.
discount?
So currently, what are you
Yeah.
charging now, and then what's the plan for the future for that? Because I've imagined. Well, I don't want to put words in your mouth. Yeah,
Just for that client or in total?
just for the client, for the new one you're talking about.
So for that new one, I think it's $350 a month discount period, and
Okay.
then we'll move up to 750. But I've obviously got ways I can layer that up in time. But
Okay.
750 is kind of the what's agreed upon after the discount
750
period.
within how many months? 750.
A couple of months. Yeah.
Two. Okay, got it. All right. So right now you're making around 1,500 USD a month
Uh,
total in
yeah,
Lima, Peru.
about $1,500 US.
Yeah. Okay. Which again in Lima, Peru ain't bad. And you have to get a job. Yes. And you're right. You have to charge. That's one change I would make. But you and I have talked about this. You got to charge more you got to charge more. But But you're right. I've also said your first 1 to 3 clients, you can be as flexible as you want on pricing. And then on client number 4, which is kind of where you're at, then you jack up the price and that's what it is. And then you get more comfortable charging higher prices. So these are going to be the lowest price clients you're ever going to have in your life. It's going to go way past this. You'll see when you get your next client, you'll be like, oh, this is a lot more money. Because you've also done it, right? You have a lot more confidence in clients now than when you first started the program and you got that first client.
Well, this is why I think it's important. Like, I know you can take it quite personally, the ego, like, oh, wow, am I really charging that little? Or sometimes even free, like a
Yeah.
free client for a testimony. But that testimonial was so important.
Yep.
I had so after 6 months with my first client, I got my testimonial in. And since I've been doing, marketing now, I'm charging a lot more, during the consultation process. And they're saying, have you got any proof? And I show the consultation. I just watch their face like, ah, this guy
Yeah.
actually does
Yeah. I
business,
remember going through that myself. Yeah. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Yes.
And the first time I felt that, I was like, wow, this is actually working, Yeah.
Are you planning on staying in Peru for the long-term future? You are, right? Or no?
Yeah, I'm currently sorting my residency. So when I started the program, I actually had issues with
Visa,
obviously
right?
financial issues and not having a place to stay. So
Mhm.
I've kind of managed to get everything solved in 1 year, which is
So
great.
you were, wait, 1 second. You were literally broke, right? When you first started, you were broke.
Yeah, I literally
Accurate?
spent, I think I had about $400 after I spent on the program fee.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Okay. All right.
and that money I had to then obviously have ready because I was not in Peru long term. I then had to go to Bolivia on the border hop, spend 3 months there, then back. So I was very teetering on the edge, but I was determined to make it, and obviously great coaches like yourself helped me get there. So
Well,
yeah,
and you've made that money back, and now you've got set monthly income, and it's well. Let me confirm the income you have now, even though you started visiting offices, that is location dependent. So when you go back to visit friends and family in the UK, the income keeps coming in, and you keep doing the work, right? Is that true?
income keeps coming in, and also the marketing efforts can be done from abroad. So
Right. So let's talk
it's
about that. This is my favorite question to ask guys. How much money did you spend on marketing or running advertising or any of that stuff to get these clients?
so I spend a grand total of $8 a month, um, which is very nice,
For
especially
what?
when you've got a low budget.
For what?
Um,
What's the $8
I
a month?
So actually, I'm not doing it now. It's actually $0 a month now. But when I was first doing cold calls, I was doing it through Skype. Um, and anyone kind of looking at international, I recommend that because you get very good deals with Skype, like
Yeah.
300 minutes a month, and
Yeah.
you only need like 15 minutes for that first initial call, and then WhatsApp or something. Um, but yeah, only $7 a month, but now it's zero because I'm walking in. So
Right.
yeah,
So your grand total so you're at, over $1,000 a month, ongoing income for several months now, and your total marketing costs were about $7 a month for Stripe.
the
And
Skype,
that's it.
the Skype. Yeah, yeah,
Skype,
yeah, yeah.
not Stripe. Sorry, I got Stripe because I use Stripe. Skype. Yeah, I used to use Skype before Zoom. Yeah. Awesome. So you spent essentially no money. This didn't cost you any money to get these clients. You spent no money other than the Stripe costs.
Yeah, practically nothing. Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Okay. What would you say to someone so when people look at 90-day business builder, there's kind of 3 categories. There's people who say, I'm never going to do that. There's people who say, I'd love to do that, but I can't afford it. And then there's people in the middle who say, I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't decide. What would you say to those people who are on the fence based on your results and your experience in the program?
So I would compare it to other things that happened in my life before, like dating, going all in with dating, whether it's money, whether it's whatever goal or dream you have. Essentially, what always takes me over the edge, if you're thinking about it, is if I don't do this, where will I be in 5 years' time?
Mm,
And the fear that created for me of me being in the same position I was in now was just unacceptable. So I would say just sit by yourself, think about that for 20 minutes. Where would I be if I don't do this? Um, and the fear is a good thing. Obviously, we try and avoid fear every day, but that fear can change your life. And just look at me. I was broke, and I threw myself in, did everything the coaches told me to do, put myself on the line, nervous, calling companies, stuttering, all of that stuff. And
I remember you when you started. You were nervous. I remember that. I distinctly remember how nervous you were. Yes, but
I
you
was
did it.
nervous, but yeah, I forced myself to speak up, and I still do, these meetings and stuff. And it's like, it's a moment of uncomfortable, but your life improves, and I just think about that basically. And
Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
so I've done those tests before. Those
Yeah,
they called insight tests or something.
you're hard to place.
I'm an ENFP apparently.
You're an ENFP. Okay, all right.
So I get my energy. I mean, I disagree with that because I get tired quickly from talking with a lot of people.
Yeah, you
Um,
have a lot of introverted traits. So you're not an extreme extrovert at all. You're kind of on the low end of extrovert.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't really follow that stuff, but apparently it's the ENFP for those
Got it. Okay.
interested.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. Cool. This has been great. I am very excited. You have a very bright future because not only are you doing business builder, you have a business that's making money. You already got your, and we've talked about this, the program, the first 1, 2, 3 clients, the hardest. And then from that point forward, it's a lot easier. That's the phase you're in now. It's going to start getting a lot easier. You'll start making a lot more money and with a lot less stress and worry because you've already done it 1 or 2, 3 times. Yeah. But see, also, you're also doing 5 flags like I am. So the beauty is, this better than most people. You don't need a lot of, I mean, if you want to make a lot of money, you should, but you don't need a lot of money when you live in South America or spend most of the year there. You don't need a lot of money to live pretty well. So that's awesome. Great. Thank you very much for this. This has been great.
Yeah, no worries, Caleb. Thank you for the
All right,
time.
you
Yeah.
bet. Thanks.